from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the grandson of a plumber. Undashing and mustachioed. And he is the star that left them in the dust.
From the time I was a little kid, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I really didn't have much of a choice. And of course, because of second generation and because I'm not just any second generation, I'm Dusty's son, then I grew up on TV in front of everybody. A full, solid decade of being there and learning from some of the best, getting in the ring with some of the best, having some amazing, life-changing moments. Met my wife there, and some people know how the story ends.
Stardust.
Yes. Oh, I thought there was a grander.
There's no question. It's just saying your name.
Just Stardust.
Your eyes. Can we get a close-up on Stardust's eyes, please? Because that is... Well, because it's got red.
The brightness. Yeah. The luminescence.
Incredible.
Right. What is this room you're in?
I don't know. I thought you decorated it.
I did not.
Fits quite well.
I'm quite fond of whoever did.
Okay. So, can I call you Cody, or should we...
No, but I can totally provide you with an update.
Give me the update.
Spoke about it briefly off the air, as the kids say, but I can tell you Cody Rhodes has been spotted.
Where?
Fishing.
Where?
Along the Alaskan archipelago. And you'll appreciate this. He has a full beard. Crazy. Isn't it nuts?
That is really nuts.
Nuts.
So, Stardust. Where did you come from?
Do you know? It's a feeling. Deep in your, just here, childlike wonder. Do you know the first time that happened?
No.
For you? Rode a bike?
I think it was when I saw Cody Rhodes perform for the first time.
That is where Stardust is from. The feeling of childlike wonder.
What a lovely thing to experience.
And what a concrete answer to such a complex question. Yes.
All right, we have another question here. What's your name?
My name's Aiden.
Where are you from?
I'm from, technically I'm from Chicago, from here. My question is, in WWE, who came up with the Stardust gimmick?
I don't mean this in any disparaging way to the person who came up with it, but they were just trying to help, and it was the worst help I could possibly get at the time. I always thought the dynamic between me and Dustin was that we were different. That's what I liked about it. We were really different. He's like 8 feet tall and a redneck and just a mess. And I'm, handsome and no. But we came back to the curtain, and the crowd reactions were getting a little less for the Brotherhood. Just a little less. We had a really hot run for a minute. And the chief brand officer of WWE said, "Why don't you paint your face like your brother?" And she was only making a suggestion, but someone's face just... And there was nothing I could do at that point. That's what he saw. And then we went through all this I went to creative services, and creative services doesn't work with a lot of gimmicks. The last ones they haven't done many in many years. I think the last thing they did was Seth's gear. And they came up with all these great designs, and I looked like Quicksilver from the comics, and I thought, yeah, it's going to be badass, right?
Yeah.
And they just kept narrowing them down more and more, and it's just like, I was getting more and more. It was gold and silver, at least it's silver, and then all of a sudden, it was just like mini dust, like diet gold dust. And they gave me a mask that Sandra Gray made, and I love Sandra. She still makes my tights. Thank God she didn't do a good job on the mask, because it looked like I was wearing a condom on my head. I wore it in front of the boss, and he agreed it did not look good. But then he hit me with the worst thing you could ever tell me. He said, you should shave your head like your brother. And my soul left with all that hair.
When you're so hungry and you're sitting behind WWE stage and they're not utilizing you properly, and your hands are tied because creatively they got nothing for you, it's bullshit. When you're hungry and young and fresh and as good as he is,
I thought I'd won enough battles and filled enough blocks. I thought it was my time. They didn't.
at some point in somebody's career, you gotta say, okay, money isn't everything. What you believe in, what are you passionate about? Why stay? Go out, capture the world.
You know, my biggest fear in my career was that I would not win the world title while my dad was, still alive, and that fear came true. I never won the world title. He never saw that. When it didn't happen, I had nothing else to fear. I still don't. But I've never felt more like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I've never felt more unafraid than when I left WWE, and after 10 years, never missing a live event.
What was the exit from WWE like? Was it this dramatic moment of, you're giving this to me, I'm not taking it, I'm out of here? Is it, look guys, I've been fed up, I'm leaving? Like, what was the exit moment?
It was rather dramatic because nobody quits.
Right.
They fire you. Right. Nobody gets to quit WWE. And I wasn't going to have that. They were going to keep me there, whether it be out of respect for what I've done already or whether it just be out of respect for my dad. I was going to work there forever. And I am not one who the paycheck just is not worth, it's not worth your happiness. It's not.
You said on Aubrey Sitterson's podcast that you left 7 figures. Did you leave 7 figures on the table?
That is on Aubrey's podcast, I was drinking. I openly said in the beginning. I mean, that's fair because that's about, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, without like, oh, I'm so great. Yeah. But yeah, no.
You could clear that.
That was what it was. That was what it was going to be with WWE. But remember, all those years I had with them are also, they helped build up.
Sure. The
opportunity and the resources to say, you know what, guys, I don't need it currently. I'm gonna go do this stuff. It was dramatic because everyone wanted to talk me down, and you get to a point, like I said, 3 to 6 months.
When you say everybody wanted to talk you down, are you talking the wrestlers, or are you talking the management?
The wrestlers, the management, your closest mentors, your friends. They want to talk you down, and I couldn't be talked down. 3 to 6 months of legit planning the great escape, and I couldn't be talked down. The main thing I wanted to do to protect myself was I released my statement. And I know some people don't like people who overshare, but it was important for fans of wrestling in general to know what's happening here, because I was not going, you guys don't get to fire me. You guys don't get to fire me. I gave you everything. I get to be the one to say, I get to fire you. And, you know, that didn't sit well with everybody. I did get a lot of wonderful and positive reinforcing text about good luck and here's what you should look out for. And, you know, but that was kind of the dramatic. I think I included in the statement that I had the week before I'd been in Greensboro, North Carolina, dressing in the room that Dusty and Ric Flair dressed in for Starrcade in 1983.
Right, I heard
and I looked in my bag, and there's this damn trash bag that I have to put on.
With stars on it.
With stars on it. It was very nice, actually. But I was so begrudging in putting it on. And I actually told Kofi a week before. I had this big argument with one of my bosses. We won't say which one. Where I said, I'm not putting on that effing suit one more time.
Wow.
I thought that'll get him. That'll work. 20 minutes later, I'm putting the suit on. And I'm painting my face so sad in the mirror, and Kofi Kingston, I just see, like, pop around the corner and take a picture of me. So, yeah, no, it was dramatic, but it was the right time. And, hats off to WWE because they could have not let it happen.
Yeah.
They could have said, no, you're going to sit at home for 6 months. And, no, they made it happen with me. So, good for them in that regards.
I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Cody Rhodes? Whatever happened to the undashing OG clashing hell? He's still dashing. I did a myriad of promos and interviews to prepare for tonight, and I kept saying the same thing. I kept saying I didn't take the safe bet that I bet on myself, and it burns a little in my ears. It's actually hollow because the truth is Jaffa and Evolve bet on me. For 10 years, I have beamed across some of you TV sets. I've grown up in front of you, and for a great monument of my career, I was in a very large shadow. But it wasn't a big deal because I loved that shadow. And when you're fighting the specter, let me ask you, what happens on the morning when you wake up and there is no shadow anymore? What do? I didn't know the answer to that question till about 20 minutes ago. And the answer to that question is kick, punch, fight, scratch, and tell every son of a bitch who said you couldn't do it that you can do it.
You and Big Show were two of the first people to literally raise their hand and say, what do you need, to me? So Big Show set me on the Hollywood path. Hey, go meet my agent at APA, Jeff Witch is a great legendary agent in LA. Go meet him. Tell him what you want to do. Just a general meeting. He's my guy. Tell him you've left WWE. You're looking to get out there. He'll set you up on some meetings. And he did. And it was prolific and it worked out. And I had no brand value compared. It's just coming from WWE. These weren't wrestling people. I was walking into their world. And then you, of course, and we have to talk about it being here in this conversation with you. You, of course, told me if you can, talk to Mad Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and see, if there's anything there, because we were going to be in the same places. Mm-hmm. We were going to be at Ring of Honor together. The Bullet Club thing had been decided, or maybe it even hadn't at that point.
I don't think it had.
But I remember telling them, because we got along and nice, but obviously Mad Nick were kind of their own enterprise. They were doing their own thing, killing the business, all their stuff.
Wrestling has bubbles. If you're on the independent scene or particularly at like a hot indie, you're in that bubble. Same with WWE. We were in the WWE bubble. Nothing exists outside. And even if it does, you're really not watching it. So when I, burst the WWE bubble and saw out Matt and Nick, because they were, two of the folks I contacted, I genuinely had only ever seen one match I'm smart enough, I feel like, in wrestling to know if your name is out there floating around this much and you're this endorsed by so many folks, there's something you're doing great.
When Omega and the Bullet Club started selling t-shirts at Hot Topic and selling out in a national distributor like Hot Topic, except they weren't on any national TV, that's huge. And right then I said, there's something happening with the business.
I think if you're unfamiliar with Kenny Omega, or you're unfamiliar with the Young Bucks, they're the perfect window into what wrestling is today. You move that into being the first wrestling pop Funkos that aren't WWE. Another thing that Dana Massey, Matt, and Nick Jackson they're just fearless in their efforts to get it.
Well, I have my first official Funko Pop. This is the
First time
first,
seeing it.
it's #1, the first of its kind of. You guys are the actual first of its kind.
I haven't seen this one in person yet.
I saw the pictures, I saw the concept art, but this is to actually hold it.
So cool, right?
And to hear, they have the saying at Funko, Disney numbers. To hear that we did Disney numbers for supposedly a bunch of indie wrestlers, it's a good, bat of confidence for us. Matt and Nick, they're the most fun thing in wrestling. They were not just told you weren't going to make it, they were told you're not going to make it at least 20 times by 20 different experts in the field, and they just kept moving forward. I saw how grassroots they were, how hands-on they were, how real they were, their fans. That's the thing I appreciate about them the most. I think their matches are outstanding. I genuinely do think they're the best tag team in the world, but I like how they treat people. Those are two people you can make not just a friendship with, but a partnership with.
Then the biggest part of it was I would ask you about the people out there and not just wrestlers. Hey, I talked to Greg at Ring of Honor, for example, and Joe, God bless him.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? And I remember asking you too, the big question I asked you about was pricing. And it was a really good conversation because you said, I agreed with your sentiment on don't rob the bank. Price yourself fairly so that you can keep going. Price yourself fairly. That my big thing was I would do the in-the-ring photos after the show. I wanted to make sure the promoter got his money back because I would be on the show with other ex-WWE guys or WWE legends, whatever. They'd rob the bank. I knew that guy didn't get his money off you.
Yeah, and I was tricky for that part because when I was on the indies, I never had the WWE exposure at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the Rhodes name, which means a lot, right? So I think the highest amount of money I ever charged on anyone on the indies was $600.
Yeah.
And, I was getting booked enough, selling a ton of shirts, so I was doing fine. But you were a different story. So when we were talking about that, I just remember specifically hearing about ex-WWE guys that overestimated their appeal.
Yeah.
Just because they were coming off a WWE run.
Yeah.
And I think, a good example. Charged insane amounts of money.
Yeah.
Which he might have gotten a couple of times at first. Yeah. And now I think it's safe to say he has not been booked very much. I don't know, if it might be by design. Maybe he decided not to.
Not everyone, it's so many people, so many.
This podcast is going to be like 20 minutes long.
No, it's all right because one thing, like for example, when you said we can bleep it out and
just let people
guess. Yes, that's a good one. That way there's no issue because I love that because that was a great example of, hey, I appreciate it, getting your money. We got to eat.
Are they going to put a square over my mouth
so people can't
read it?
So that people can guess.
Instead of a square, can you put Cody's face over my mouth?
Yes. Yes.
Oh no, just this tattoo. Yeah, just the tattoo. Yeah. So, but Cody tattoo.
It was tricky. I was all over the board in what I charged. If it was like a mom and pop, that probably was a one-time visit. Maybe it was more full rate, and then I'd do everything I could to make sure they got their money. If it was something I wanted to do, I don't know what I took for PWG, for example.
Yeah.
But I remember, I hope this doesn't sound crazy, I believe I took $750. And it was more a matter of when I said that, they weren't used to, nobody was making to be part of the Battle of Los Angeles. Nobody was making big money. You want to be here. And I understood that sentiment, but I also wanted to make sure, I hope they know, though, just there is a
like a little bit of a firewall so that it's not just I'll do whatever and do anything.
I mean, so PWG, we may have talked about it actually, and I definitely told you charge the least to them that you were willing to.
Yeah,
because me and Sammy we wrestle for literally whatever Danny would give us.
Yeah, Danny is Super Dragon, right?
Correct.
Yeah, because I remember he when I said 750, we agreed, but I remember there was a pause to the like, well.
Yeah.
Can you do this? 100% I can do this. And I'll be back, you know? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you approached it in the best way you could have. You approached it with no ego and no expectation of, even though, so like, again, I hate to bring up the world, right?
Yeah.
They did stuff in WWE. They were popular guys at a certain level.
Yeah.
They won some titles and everything. But nothing, their run up until when they ended up getting released and having to go on the independent scene was never compared to the run you had up to that point. Even towards the end, if you want to consider Stardust as a low point, which
I know you don't.
I honestly don't. I loved Stardust. I legit did. Even if you consider, like, just look at everything before Stardust. You were Intercontinental Champ. You were in the Legacy with Randy. You were working Triple H and Shawn in main events of pay-per-views.
You were there.
Yes. You had a great run. And you still approached it with no ego, not expecting that run to do anything for you on the independent scene besides having promoters' attention.
Yeah.
You didn't expect them to give you $3,000 a match just because you won the Intercontinental title.
No, yeah.
I don't know if y'all know it or not, and I don't want to meddle. I'm just sharing this with you so you can understand. I have been flying for 17 hours. Yesterday I was in the Tokyo Dome. Today I'm in Liverpool.
Like Ric Flair in his prime. It's not the NWA title, Dave. It's the WCPW Internet Championship.
And I didn't show up here tonight for any other reason than the simple fact that I don't want to just be an import who comes in from the United States. I'm a WCPW regular. I'm a WCPW champion.
That he is, and he may be for a very long while to come.
Guys, thank you. This is Kirby Mania. This is Liverpool. I do have one request, if you'll indulge me. Does this place serve alcohol? One of you. You can decide amongst yourselves who. For all the flying, for all the lying to customs and losing my bag in Manchester, all I want for this show, all I want is a beer. Somebody please buy me a beer.
I think there's going to be about 1,000 people offering to take him up on that.
Well, he's earned it. Cody Rhodes flying across the world, battling jet lag, and still somehow retaining the belt.
Is that okay?
Cody is...
oh, he's got one!
He's got one. Cody Rhodes, victorious, and he's got a beer.
This one is for Kirby Mania, and this one is for each and every one of you wonderful Liverpool fans. Thank you so much.
Anyway, so the blueprint was I followed Colt's advice, and then after I left, the Bucks, they had made themselves into this entity, this act that it didn't matter where they were going. They were must-see. People were going to pay money to see them.
Yep.
And on the independent scene, that was a rare...
Oh, my God.
It was a rare thing.
Yeah.
That to the point where I remember 2CW. You've wrestled for 2CW? Yeah. This is a guy, Josh.
I think.
I loved working for them. They literally were trying to book the Bucks. They were trying to book the Bucks for one of their shows. Couldn't book them Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. They were just too busy. Sundays, So they put a show on a Tuesday.
Oh.
And they called it. We're having a show on a Tuesday night because it's literally the only date the Young Bucks were available for.
Yeah.
And they sold out on a Tuesday night in the middle of the school week.
Yeah.
So that's why when you left, I said, these are the guys you need to, whatever you, and at that point I'd been back in WWE a year and a half, 2 years, so I wasn't super in touch with the independent scene anymore. I don't know what changed, I don't know what hasn't, but I know what hasn't changed is that these guys are the most successful.
Yeah.
And they'll help you, because I know they're good guys, they're great guys. They will help you. And, God, couldn't have guessed what would come out of it. But
again, it's uncharted.
Your face is on a vodka bottle.
Cheers to Mad Nick. Cheers, for sure. They deserve that. You mentioned a bunch of stuff that I wanted to kind of like jump in on, but one of them was the face of the independents. You were the face, Colt was the face, they were the face. Yeah. I enjoyed that moment. I remember for me it was a Wrestle Circus. They couldn't get me, and I said, "This is the one date."
Texas?
Yep. I said, "This is the one date I have. Can you do this? I know it doesn't fit." And they said for that they made a show for me to come to. And I remember I had a bunch of caveats, like we did at Austin Pets Alive. I had shelter dogs and rescue dogs there. And one of the Basset Hounds, he got brought home. I was so happy because he was walking around with like a adopt me vest on amongst hardcore wrestling fans. I'm like, please, someone adopt this Basset Hound. And the girl, this is crazy. There's photos of it. The girl from Austin Pets Alive got in the ring with me after to say, hey, there's Chihuahua, some rescue Chihuahua. And I had done a tax spot. So there's tacks. There's one in the back of my head. There's one on my elbow. I'm bleeding from my back, and I could see her face. She was shaking when she got in the ring. Like, what is this? And why do they want the dogs? And I was like, yeah, like the wrestling fans love dogs. They love dogs. They love cats. Like, and ended up a couple of dogs went home that night. But yeah, that's always a huge moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big Wrestle Circus welcome for QT. Please tell all these lovely fans a little something about Austin Pets Alive, please.
So Austin Pets Alive since 2008 has almost saved 50,000 animals. Dogs and cats like QT here would not be alive today without Austin Pets Alive and without our community. That is all of you, people like Cody. Wrestle Circus, all of the support helps save 50,000 lives.
So right now, everybody on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, if you tipped me 100% of those tips go to Austin Pets Alive. And these boots right here, I won the first world title that a Reynolds or a Rhodes has had in 31 years in these boots. And since this is Austin, and since the Rhodes family is from Austin, these boots right here, we're going to do it right now, in-house. Everybody stay calm. I'm going to try and stay away from the tax. Auction for these boots, 100% of that will go again to Austin.
It was right around the time I was deciding, well, I'd love to put my, hang my hat somewhere for a little bit with Ring of Honor. They've got a family and they've got a hardcore fan base. And that's when I told both the Bucks, I think we can do this on a big level.
Full-time, I'm steroid-free, and I'm the world champion!
love Young Buck shirts.
To put a figure to paper, and while they're at it, they should grab the backbone and call Cody Rhodes and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because first and foremost, the Bullet Club is being paid.
You can buy our shirts at Hot Topic, every single store in the world. Hot Topic.
I grew up a prince in this industry. So mark the date, mark the time, mark the place, because the prince just became the king, and I won't mark everyone. All right. Being the Elite, we are live. This is a celebratory edition of Being the Elite. We are here amongst management, amongst friends, amongst family. After death before dishonor, Ring of Honor finally ponied up and offered me the most lucrative contract in the company's history. It was November 2015 when Matt and Nick Jackson were fielding offers from every major wrestling company on the planet. The best tag team in the world!
What a sweetheart.
In pro wrestling and sports entertainment, we often blur the line, but I want to let you all know here tonight, this is an authentic moment. This is a genuine moment. I'm glad it's happening here. I'm glad it's happening now. Like I said, the Young Bucks made that choice. And tonight, I am choosing Ring of Honor.
Somebody asked me, it's actually one of the readers of the Observer asked me on Twitter and just goes, do you think that Ring of Honor could sell 10,000 tickets to a show? And I go, no time soon. And Cody, within hours, an hour or two, just goes, Dave, I'll take that bet. Give me 3 months in Kenny Omega and the Bucks, and we'll do it. And I said, hey, good luck.
Now's the time. Matt, Nick, myself, we are self-financing an event. All in. The goal is 10,000 people, and the place is my honor.
No.
It is my.
I get to announce where it is.
Why do you get it?
Why? You don't even have the damn shirt on. You selfish prick.
Whoa.
We're running this show.
Whoa, wait a minute. No. Listen, I'm the brains behind the operation. I have the biggest arms in the group. It's my time.
No, I'm making the announcement. I got a Sharpie. I've stretched out my hog, and I've written.
Dave had said that currently he didn't think ROH could draw 10,000 fans.
For the last 3 years, the attendance was growing a lot, and Matt and I, we said, man, maybe one day we could fill an arena up, and Cody pretty much said, yeah, we can. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how it came about.
I love Cody because he's very similar to us. Like, he has this fire that's lit under his ass.
Yeah.
We love wrestling, we love the business, we're constantly talking about the business. He eats and breathes and sleeps it.
He's the most passionate wrestler I've ever met in my life.
It's fun for me because this is scary new territory for us, but it's like, man, if we have Cody with us, I think we can do it. Like, he makes you believe, you know what I mean?
I say this all the time, Matt and Nick are the most old school wrestlers of the current generation. They're doing something different, and it's cool to be around, and their energy is infectious, and they're cowboys, and there's not a lot of cowboys left in wrestling. So you want to be around that. I felt that I was becoming undesirable in this wrestling world, especially in the last few years I had with WWE. And then all of a sudden, it's like the fire lit. I got very lucky with the places I walked into and the people that I ran into, particularly Matt and Nick.
People treat us like the gateway between WWE and Indies. Whether you're going to WWE or you're coming back to the Indies, we're the gateway, we're the bridge. I didn't know much of Cody besides what we all knew about.
Besides Kevin Owens, who said, hey, Cody's leaving. You guys are gonna love him, and please help him out on the
take
Indies.
care of him. And when a guy like Kevin says, hey, you're gonna love Cody, we take it seriously. If we go, okay, let's love him then.
If it's sold out, it might be the biggest thing we've ever done.
Yeah, if it's successful, it might be one of the biggest things we've ever done, right? It seems impossible, really, right? Like, who do these guys think they are? Like, these guys with the arrogance, they think that they could fill a 10,000 seater. It's like, that's the thing about our career, though. Everything's always been a calculated gamble and a risk.
Yeah.
Everything in our career could have gone wrong.
This will be a risk, but you know what? It's going to be so fun to do it.
Yeah, it will be.
I love wrestling, so it's always been cool to me. It's just growing, but it's growing differently. It's not a Monday night cable war. It's so accessible to find your favorite wrestlers wherever they may be, whether they're with WWE, whether they're with Ring of Honor, whether they're with Lucha Underground. So that accessibility has led to this just resurgence of it being cool, and I'm glad I can have that. You know, I see Bully Ray down there, and he's lived through the Attitude Era. We haven't had our Attitude Era. You know, we want our own era.
The idea to do our own show, to do a show for wrestling fans by wrestlers, sounded very romantic, and most industry experts were, dooming it to fail. And the amount of pressure that came with it as we built to September 1st was.
All right, guys, who is ready for All In? Today is a historical day. Today is monumental for my brother, myself, for Cody, for the rest of the guys in the back. As you know, tickets go on sale tonight, 4 p.m.
And the website SearsCenter.com is already experiencing very heavy traffic.
I'm in a virtual waiting room.
I think that's a good sign, though, right?
It is.
Yeah,
hopefully you're in that
Or
waiting
Flip's
room
still not booked.
with 9,000 something people. Hopefully.
How do you feel right now, Code?
Honestly, just fucking nervous and scared.
Yeah.
Like a little boy. I feel like a little
It's a good
boy in a
feeling.
suit. But it's such a good feeling.
Cody!
That's awesome.
That's nuts. We gotta do a vlog. We have to.
I
Right
know.
there. Oh, there we go.
I'm already rolling.
Holy.
What are we? Let's see.
Tell 'em what happened.
49 minutes. We're
Well,
at
it sold out in
49
30 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
It sold out in 30
I don't know
minutes.
if we could officially say it.
It is. I just tried to buy a ticket.
I think we have to technically wait until we get the call from the box office.
But it looks good.
It looks
and
like
it
it's looks sold out.
like the hype is lived, and I'm so proud. It's crazy.
Chicago's a great wrestling town, so I wasn't really that surprised that they had a good crowd. I didn't expect it to be sold out. So they're changing, they're flipping the script. You know, they're doing their own thing. I think that the fans out there's enough fans out there that want something else.
You're
guys, all of you, I'm so proud of the three of you.
Thank you, man.
Oh, thanks, Steven.
All of you, you fucking leaned into this and you did it, and I cannot wait.
I was so stressed. I'd never written a format before. I'd never held a production meeting before. Matt and Nick were working on all kinds of things, back of house things for a show.
We tried to look it up, and I couldn't find anything since the TV era started that's comparable to what All In is. We've seen nothing like this since WCW went down. Nothing. So that's 17 years. And WCW, you can't even compare WCW with this stuff because WCW was on Turner Television since the beginning of time. They were an established brand, they were a complete major league group. So if you're talking about a non-major league group, it's never happened.
It's been the dream that's been with us all the last few months. We all really want to wake up the next day and know we did it, because the implications of what this event could mean for wrestling and the wrestling economy big implications. It'd be nice to wake up and know we had a part in that. The Dream himself, he came up with Starrcade in 1983. Have the flair for flair for the gold, and he's not on the event. He's just the executive producer or booker or whatever vernacular you're using. So now, for my first event, for me, Matt, and Nick's first event, we're all wrestling. But I can say we all had that same thought of maybe we won't wrestle. Maybe we'll just put a baseball cap on and sit in Gorilla and look for camera shots. Maybe we'll just be the, it'll be our brainchild. But basically Matt, Nick, and myself have all said the same thing. I've told them both, you have to be there. You have to wrestle. It's the Young Bucks have to perform at All In. They've said the same to me, and the last matches that were really, really picked over with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, because we've had this card in our mind for some time. We were the last ones to service, and I think that's how it should be. You've heard about notorious bookers from the past who were on top and also behind the event itself, and you don't get that from Matt, Nick. You don't get that from myself. Maybe a little from me, but not from them.
My name is Nick Aldis. I'm the Heavyweight World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Nightmares are for children, and I embody the American dream, and I've smashed the glass ceiling for British professional wrestlers all over the world. Since December the 9th, 2017, I've defended this 10 pounds of gold. From coast to coast and across continents against any and all worthy challengers. So if you're asking me, or if any of you are asking me, if Cody is a worthy challenger for the oldest and most prestigious world championship in the business today, it's a resounding yes from me. Because, sir, I can look you in your eye like a man and tell you that you are a game changer. I've admired you for a long time. And I admire the way you do business. Until now. Because at the All In press conference, you challenged for my World Championship without speaking to me. If you wanted a shot at this, all you had to do was ask. Because I don't back down from a challenge. You're the gambler. You bet on yourself. You went all in. But you want this. And this belongs to me, and that makes me the dealer. So Cody, what say right now, right here in London town, you and I make a deal?
I didn't call you. I didn't even text you. I spoke only with Billy. We didn't discuss money. You indeed are the dealer. So allow me here, right now. I am asking you, sir, are you all in?
On one condition. It's come to my attention that between now and All In, you're getting an opportunity to once again hold the Ring of Honor World Championship. So it's simple. If you're really all in, then be all in. And if you're successful in winning that championship, you put that title on the line, and we put both of them.
I accept.
I have been rather unlucky. In both of my Ring of Honor Championship rematches, I have not been successful. I think I heard it though. In both of these Ring of Honor Championship rematches that I've had, not a single one was one-on-one.
It's time for you and me to renegotiate. Cody, in London, we stood in this ring and we shook hands and we made history. We agreed that we would square off at the most iconic and history-making event in wrestling in the modern era, All In. It polarized the pundits, it sent shockwaves through social media, and it captivated the imagination of the fans of this great business that you and I both love, that we call professional wrestling. But if you recall, there was a condition, which is why we now need to renegotiate. Now, you and I, we're very alike in many ways, and Cody, we've taken different roads to get where we are today. You, very smartly, hitched your wagon to this big old money train called the Bullet Club.
Choo-choo.
And some may even say at this point, you're the conductor of that train. And I applaud you for that. If you make a choo-choo shirt, I want to cut. I took a different approach. It's just that easy for this one. I took a different approach, and I took the challenge to reinvigorate and revitalize a brand that was on life support. Not just any brand, but a brand that you hold dear, and I know why. The most historic brand in professional wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, the crown jewel of which is this World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship that some of us now call the 10 pounds of gold. And I understand why you want it. But the problem is, I don't see an upside for me. Because my question to you, Cody, is that you were unsuccessful not once but twice in capturing the Ring of Honor World Championship. So what exactly is it that you have to offer me? Because the way I see it, let me explain this to you. This championship is everything I stand for now. And if you want to take it from me just because you feel like it, you got another thing coming, and I don't think you're going to like what it is. So it's time to put up or shut up. You don't have the Ring of Honor Championship to put up, So my question to you is, what are you willing to put up instead? Because the way I see it right now is that I have everything to lose, and that just sounds like bad business to me.
Aldous has a point here, Cole.
He's proposed a question.
Oh, no. I don't do bad business. You talk about what that means to you? You talk about I'll have nothing to offer? Hold out your hand. It's not a trick. Hold out your hand, please.
Is he going for the ring?
This right here means a whole hell of a lot to me. It's very special. It is dear to my heart. Consider it collateral. And consider All In. And why don't you think about it? There's this thing here. It's called the Code of Honor. Are you familiar with it? Well, the Code of Honor has just changed. I won't be shaking hands. Instead, people will be kissing this ring.
Cody handing the Ring of Honor to the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis.
Hey, and while you're thinking about it, you said I have nothing to offer. Think about how you'd like to probably move from the penny slots to the high roller table. Think about the NWA World's title and think about it in front of 10,451 people. While I was beating Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, all you did was beat a 53-year-old history teacher for that title.
Oh, wait a minute.
You want to know how to bait somebody?
Yeah. Oh.
I thought he was going for a punch.
No, something even more disrespectful. Oh, here we go. That's the Young Bucks. It's Adam Page. And Marty Scurll, the childhood friend of Nick Aldis.
Aldis, for the time being, the owner of that Ring of Honor, telling Cody to kiss the ring.
Tomorrow's the big day, guys.
Unreal. That set looks amazing.
Yeah. You guys got butterflies?
I'm sick to my stomach.
A little bit.
Good job, boys.
We got.
When the
Be proud.
Hey, when the people walk in here, they're gonna be blown away. They're like, I can't believe these guys put together this.
Yeah.
This huge set.
Every seat is filled.
Guys, be proud.
Be proud,
okay?
guys. Thank you.
Proud of you.
We all work
We're here.
hard.
We've arrived.
We got a kiss now.
Yeah, we might as well.
Shall we?
I love you guys.
I was gonna try to turn this into a comedy bit, but
No,
it's real.
We're looking at this, watching this happen here in front of me. Let's go take a picture.
like Cody. He's the How can you forget his beautiful wife, Brandy?
The entire Young Bucks empire. My wife, Dana.
Where's Marty? Hey, where's my wife at? I think I flew them out.
Ask Dana!
Kids. I don't know if it was obvious, but we had a time restraint right there.
We had to hurry up and beat them really fast.
But guess what? We finished this pay-per-view with 3 seconds to go.
Very slippery, all those Okada bucks. I was very afraid of doing that dive off the stage. It was terrifying. You know, guys, about a year ago, or maybe even longer, this man came into our lives. Man, that guy's as crazy and as ambitious as us, Nick. So I said, hey, let's take this guy, let's ride with him, let's dine with him, let's hang out with him.
Hangman never paid for a single meal, by the way.
Hangman's like 21 years old, he's too young to pay for meals. But Cody came to us with this wild idea. He said, Young Bucks, Bullet Club, I think that we could put 10,000 asses and 10,000 seats. And knowing that my brother and I are pretty much up to absolutely anything. I mean, we invaded Raw that one time.
Good morning. Good morning, Cody. Good morning. In less than an hour from now, aircraft from here will join others around the world. Yes. And we will engage in the biggest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have a new meaning for all of us. No longer can we be separated by our petty differences, but we should be united by our common interests. Yeah. As fate would have it, today is the 4th of July, and you are once again fighting for our freedom. Is this the speech from Independence Day? But not from oppression, tyranny, or persecution, but from annihilation. We are fighting for our right to live, our right to exist. And if we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day the world declared in one voice. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. right, ladies and gentlemen, we're not alone. The Bullet Club is invading
Guys, technically we were in the mall across the street. But it didn't take just 3 men. It didn't take just the Young Bucks and Cody. It took each and every one of the people standing in this ring. This was a group collaboration. All the people in the band. And most importantly, as cheesy as it sounds, all 10,000 plus of you. You guys want good pro wrestling. You guys want good entertainment. And what we presented to you in those 4 hours and 57 minutes, oh my God, was our vision of what we think we can do with pro wrestling. I know when you make a bet, sometimes you go double or nothing. We have no graphic, we're not making an announcement. It's just something that, you know, we're brainstorming, we're talking about, we're spitballing. But if you guys want it, you want more pro wrestling from a cast of Being the Elite, then my family, my great friends, my cast of bandits, we will give you more of this. Because we couldn't have done this without you. Chicago, this was one of my favorite, you know what? This was my favorite night of my career. You know what I like? Everyone is still in this building. All in is just serendipitous tale, things just falling in line one after another, and one of those things is not only did I find colleagues right here, not only did I find peers, these people are my best friends in the entire world. And that big question of what happens next with this group, we are sticking together. Because nobody, no man, no company, no entity owns pro wrestling. We own pro wrestling. And there are families out there, brothers, sisters, friends. Every single person knows what it's like to be told you are undesirable. What it's like to be told we can't fly you, you're from California. You're not good enough for WWE. Every single thing. The reality is this. No, the reality is this. This group went from undesirable to undeniable.
would hate to brag, but I wasn't one of the 3 brainchilds that created this show. I was merely a piece of the puzzle. I give all the credit in the world to Cody and the Young Bucks for what we've done today. That being said, I don't at all feel like an egomaniac when I say, my God, that was probably the greatest pro wrestling show I've ever been a part of. And you guys know where I come from. You guys know where some people want me to go, but guess freaking what? Guess freaking what? What we did today blew everything out of the water. And believe it or not, that's not just talking about the match quality. That's not talking about this incredible cast of characters. Guess what the most important ingredient is? What? Did you figure it out yet? Oh yes! It's each and every single one of you! You guys believe in the change. You believe in the movement. You believe in the alternative. And thus, we shall continue this journey. But for now, we all must bid you adieu. So please, with me now, if you will, goodbye and good night.
Is it going to get bigger? Because it's like, because of all the money that WWE got in this last deal, I think that a lot of people are like looking at the value of wrestling and completely different than they did even a couple of weeks ago. But WWE's locked in. Now what about the value of other wrestling? The other wrestling is the hottest it's been, you know, since WCW folded. As far as like, I'm not saying it's competition to WWE, but it's strong. You can draw. There's people out there that are legitimate drawing cards without television, really. I've covered Vince for 30 plus years. So I know Vince is going to want to keep it down because that's Vince. Vince doesn't want anyone to get past a certain level, but at the same time, you can't control everything, no matter how powerful you are, and he is powerful.
I think in a year's time, we'll know that All In wasn't a fluke. And I already know that. The people on the event know that. The people who paid their money to see it, who are coming from all around. We've got I think a 70-something% fly-in rate, people flying to Chicago for this. I think in a year's time, we'll know we were on to something. And no wrestling expert, no wrestling historian, there's a bazillion, nobody can call what's going to happen next. So I'm not even going to speculate on what's going to happen next, but I know we're definitely on the rise. To me, wrestling's never been more popular. You can argue with me over that all day, and I'll keep pointing to things that can tell you why. It's just getting into more houses, and with streaming and choice, the choice is there. What you choose to watch, who you choose to watch. I think a year from now, we'll know All In wasn't a fluke. Maybe we'll be talking about something else, some other big event.
It's interesting because the problem now is that there's so many guys, you know, and so the issue becomes, what do you do with them all? I was actually just talking with somebody from the creative team yesterday about how many awesome guys we have on SmackDown, and SmackDown is only a 2-hour show, so how do we showcase all of them? And then now we've signed all these amazing independent guys, and they only have a 1-hour show, so how do you showcase all of them? And their takeover pay-per-views are only... like, they're supposed to only be 2 hours. Now they're starting to run a little bit longer, you know? But how do you showcase all these incredible talents on this thing? So to me, unless you know you're going to come in and be showcased, you're better off staying away on the independents and developing your craft and, you know, and becoming a bigger star, you know, that sort of thing. That said, people that I'd really like to, and I want them in WWE purely so I can wrestle them, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, it's not, that's not what I hope for their career, and that's not necessarily what I hope for the industry. But like, for example, like Kenny Omega, right? I'd love to wrestle him. Zack Sabre Jr. And like, when I watched Zack Sabre Jr. and I wrestled him, I think it was in 2008, and he was just like really starting then. He was like, he's skinny now, but he was really skinny then. And I watch him now, and he's evolved so much. And he's like, at first he started doing a lot of the stuff that I would do on the independents. And like, he's kind of doing a lot of my stuff. And then now he's taken it past anything I had ever thought of. And now I'm watching his stuff going, can I steal that? And I can't even do that. What is he doing? Like, and so now he's like the best technical wrestler I've ever seen. So I see these people and I see the things that they're doing. I'm like, man, I'd really like to wrestle them. So that's why I would hope that they come to WWE. But for a thriving wrestling economy, you need more than just WWE. You need people on the outside. So that's why part of me, you know, everybody knows like the Young Bucks contract with Ring of Honor is coming up and Kenny Omega's contract is coming up. And so that's why part of me thinks that they stay away from here so that we keep this thriving wrestling economy, because the more places that you have for the fans to be interested in, the better it is for the fans, the better it is for the wrestlers, the better it is for the whole industry. I mean, the most popular time for wrestling in history was when there were two companies that were like competing back and forth, and it was great for the wrestlers, it was great for the fans, and it was great for each individual company. I mean, the wrestling had never been so popular as it was during that era. And so like, I think there's a real opportunity, and especially with now you can reach fans in a different arena with the internet and all that kind of stuff. And I think that is where I would like to see wrestling as an industry go, is like to get a real competition to WWE that makes it better for everybody.
It's almost time, guys.
Almost time.
Are you guys ready?
Let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Nothing. What about you guys?
hold on. Nothing? No, nothing. Literally nothing. What did we get these timers for? A black screen. What a bummer, man. Happy New Year. It's cold. I'm going on.
You're telling me all that hype for 4 months for no reason? You kidding me?
What a letdown. Jeez. Holy crap.
Wait a minute, you guys try it again. Something just came in.
Try what?
Seriously, check it out. Holy crap.
I see it.
You see that?
I see it, indeed. Hangman. Woo! Guys,
Holy crap.
we're going double or nothing. Hangman, show us yours.
Oh, mine says something different.
Never say die, always attack with the warrior cry. Never look back, no, never retreat. Never look back, never say defeat.
day of All In. How fucking crazy was that day for you? And what are your highlights on it?
The actual day of All In was not crazy at all. It actually was scary how smooth everything was going. Everything was great with the building. They were fantastic. Everything we had asked for was there. My face was on the picture indicating female talent, which was great because I went to do some press, and then as I was coming back, a security guard stopped me and he goes, "Ma'am, do you have your credentials?" So I go, "Turn around." He looks, and I go, "I think I'm good." But yeah, the day of, things went so well, and I'm one of those ready for disaster. I'm a great person to have around when there's a catastrophe because I've got like 8 plans for a disaster. Like, oh, there's going to be a bomb. So if there is a bomb, there's an exit right there, and if you stick with me, I'll get you out. Like, I'm like one of those people. But everything went great. The night before, little bit of a hang-up.
I almost got arrested at the hotel.
Yeah. So here's what happens. We get back.
Guy comes up to me.
Let Brandy tell the story. You can tell your side of the story. I'll tell them what I saw. Okay, so what happens is we get back from a long day of meet and greets and everything's going on and it's going wonderful, but damn it, I'm tired. And I know I got to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and start the whole thing again and get all the girls organized and so I'm ready to go to bed. I make the stupid decision because I'm the boss with Pharaoh. He listens to everything I do. I take him out. I feed him. I do the dog stuff.
You're the pack leader.
I'm the pack leader. But I thought, just for one night, he could take the dog to without needing me, and I can go to get a bath and go to bed. And I go upstairs. I said, "You got him right here. Here are the poop bags, and you got him right." Yeah. Okay. So I go upstairs and I take a shower and I put my pajamas on and I look at my phone and CD has been texting me, which is weird. CD doesn't text me much. So CD, the last thing that he says is, "Hey, I need you to come downstairs." And I said, "In my pajamas. Do you really need me to come downstairs?" And he goes, Yeah, we just have a little situation. We just need you to come downstairs. And I thought, oh, Jesus. So here I come downstairs in my pajamas the night before All In to see 2 police cars out front, my dog sitting in the lobby, and my husband in the corner talking to 2 police officers and some really roughed up looking older gentleman. And I thought, what the f***? I gave him one thing. You had one job. Now,
you couldn't even take the dog to take a sh**.
You tell him what happened.
Okay, so I was pretty stressed out. Well, it was a long day. Conrad had me do like 1,000 things because Rey Mysterio, who I love dearly, is always late. Always. Oh, JR's podcast was then? Oh. So I just wanted to take him out, and I believe that your dog should be free. I think he should be free. So he's a service dog, all right? He's an emotional assistance animal, and I walk out, there's no one in the lobby, like no one out in front of the lobby. It's just a grass patch, there's no major roadway by. Take his leash off, let him go. Doesn't go far. Man walks up to me. He goes, you should really have your leash, or your dog on a leash. F-bombs right out of the gate, bro. F-bombs, right? So, I didn't say anything. I go, he's fine, he's trained. He goes, no, that doesn't matter. You should have him on a leash. And he kind of, like, chest bumps me. So I just rear back, and I know I can't punch him, because that's like, that you get in trouble for today. So, I just shoved him, like as hard as I've ever shoved anyone in my life. And he went flying, and he fell into the bush. And Pharaoh sees him, sprints away, and then I see Scorpio Sky walking up like, hey, I got your dog, man! I got your dog! He's here!
Pharaoh's just the friendliest dog ever. Like Sky's his new best friend, like walking around. The guy runs in the lobby. I said to Sky, I just pushed that guy. He fell. He goes, well, don't go anywhere. I go, what do you mean? He goes, you run away, it's going to be a problem. You need to go in there, apologize, handle it. And that is, I was in the lobby signing Pop Funkos for the fans while doing an interview with the police officer of the Schaumburg police. That gentleman did not press charges. We would have had a very different, I still would have made it, but it would have been a very different all-in.
He did have to pay a $50 fine for having the dog off
the leash, and I also got reamed, not just by my wife, Matt Jackson's wife, let me.
No, Mrs. Massey.
Mrs. Massey, Mrs. Matt was not about to have all our money and this show screwed up because I shoved a man into a bunch of bushes over a dog.
As someone who has only in the last 4 weeks become a dog owner, I completely understand.
Yeah.
No.
He's scared of women.
If your dog wants to take a
That guy didn't know. That guy was a cat owner.
But being I took away though, after everything happened, and I have been known to be a hothead, and yell, and curse, and really do the most when things like that happen. What I got out of this is, I thought really long and hard about it before I reacted to the situation, and then when he finally, came around looking like a puppy, a lost puppy himself at me, I'm sorry. I said, I'm just disappointed. Not mad, I'm disappointed. And I said, I hope that going forward, you would put the well-being of our dog first over your intentions next time.
Okay, so
he's a very cute dog.
The next morning, I walk out the door, and there's a security guard from Atlas Security who I had hired for all that.
ECW Security, everybody.
They're great.
That's our new security.
I kept them. They still work with us. Everyone hates it. Jay Lethal hates it because I have 2 security guards.
Do you know what, Ken,
so pretentious.
Jay Lethal, to somebody I know, Adam Pacitti. Adam Pacitti from What Culture. We're sitting on a train with Jay Lethal, right? Pacitti's got his headphones in very quickly, and Jay Lethal just goes, "What do you think is going to happen when Hulk Hogan dies?" Right? And Adam goes, "I think people may be pretty upset." And he goes, "Okay." Headphones back in, end of conversation.
Damn. Well, anyways, I come out the room and the security guard's there, and I was like, oh, cool, I got private security, neat. And then I walked downstairs, and I was going to the gym, and I was like, you don't have to go to the gym with me. And he goes, Mrs. Matt told me I have to be with you at all times. Okay. His name is Sam. He's still with me. He went on the cruise. He's everywhere. All because I pushed this old dude. I learned my lesson, guys, and I didn't punch him. I just pushed him. But don't push people. Don't do anything.
Don't walk your dog without a leash.
Keep the dog on a leash.